Now I'm going to rope you into watching this vlog, so hopefully you don't fall asleep. Let's get into this Victory vlog. Straight on theme parks and attractions. Here we go, straight into it. Hello and welcome to Theme Parks and Attractions. Today I'm at the Victory at the Portsmouth dockyard. Now I'm going to give you a tour of this historic ship. There's lots of renovation going on, as you can see behind me, so obviously the outside doesn't look great, does it? But obviously the ship's still intact and I'm going to show you around it inside it now. Before we continue, please can I ask you to give me a like and subscribe. It really does help the channel grow. Now let's get into the tour. Can't wait to show you around it now. I'll tell you what, it is a wet one today, absolutely pouring down. It's not too busy. I'm actually here on a Saturday, end of August, so yeah, not too bad at all. Not too many people around, so I should be able to get lots of decent shots for you. Look at the back of the ship just here, absolutely stunning. Let's get around there, shall we? Now the Victory is situated at the back of the harbour, and you can see you've got those active ships in the background there as well. And obviously, as I was saying, you've got lots of restoration going on inside, but I'm going to get you some great shots of the ship inside and obviously what restoration they're doing. Now as you walk in, look at this, all of this work being done here. You can see it's all set up and awaiting that restoration. Obviously they're not doing it right now, are they? But they are doing it, and here's the entrance just over here as we walk in. Mind your head. Now as we go into this vlog, can I just firstly say apologies for any lighting issues. You can see it's low lighting, isn't it? So it's not going to pick everything up that great, but I'm going to try my best for you. Let's get round. And as you do walk in, you're greeted by all of these cannons around here. Now obviously these are around the whole of the ship, aren't they? Not every cannon is actually here though. Obviously a couple of them have actually been taken out, but most of them are actually here and intact, and you can see pointing out as it would have been back in the day. Now there are arrows around the ship obviously directing you. There are lots of areas where you can't actually go into. Obviously it says you're not allowed to enter into there, and that's the story of lots of the ship. Obviously certain areas you can't go into for obvious reasons, but there you go, follow the arrow. And to start off with, there's actually 2 flights of stairs which takes you to the top to start off with. I'll tell you what, the wheel behind me is absolutely huge. I'll show you it now. Yeah, look at the size of this. I'll show you all the way around. You wouldn't think they were that big, would you? But there we go. And as we move away from that huge wheel, I'll take you around the back of the ship just over here. And straight into this room we go. Got the little table around here. You've got the treasure chest just down there. Let's move into the next room, shall we? And this is the back end of the ship as I was showing you earlier. Just going to show you a view from outside of the window, just over there. Obviously I was standing at the bottom down there, wasn't I? And it's actually tilted here. Got some good views out there though. You can see slightly tilted around this section. And then as we move out of here, I'll show you this just over here. Obviously this is where you would have had a sleep in here, and obviously it's not very big in here. I'm going to give you a bit of a zoom out just to show you, because obviously this is a bit zoomed in on this shot, but you'll get more of a perspective when I zoom out just now. And then you don't just have the one over there, you have this one in here too. Now you can get an audio guide at the start of entering the ship. I chose not to. I mean, I don't know a lot about the Victory and all the ins and outs. You probably know more about me if you're watching this vlog. I just wanted to obviously show you what it's like at the moment and the restoration work being done on it. You can see it's all in here as well. Obviously it's away from the elements, isn't it? It's actually pouring down with rain right now, but it's away from the elements, which obviously stops the ship having any actual structural damage. I was just looking at these signs over here. What was it saying? Warning, fragile surface. And there we go, look at this in here. Now if you are coming into the dockyard, I highly recommend waiting obviously till this restoration work is done. It does take away a little bit from it, but obviously this is much needed for the ship and to maintain it in the long run, isn't it? So it's one of those, isn't it? Now one more thing in this section, I'm just going to show you this little spot down here. Obviously this was Nelson's ship, wasn't it? And if you just look down there, this is where Nelson fell, 21st of October 1805, and this is the exact spot. Obviously you've got the stairs just down there too. You can appreciate back in the day, obviously this looked a lot different up here, didn't it? And the restoration obviously is going to take that little bit away from it, but it's still really interesting to know. And soon in the future, obviously all of this won't be in here and it will be restored to its former glory, which is great. You can hear that rain chucking it down out there. I'm glad I'm in here and under one roof really and not getting absolutely soaked. Now this is the bit that you come down next. Obviously I've been up here to the top section and you just walk down here, so make sure if you've got little kids or anything like that, then make sure they're safe down here, because obviously, or if you're older or have any balancing issues, you obviously don't want to fall down now, do you? So hold on to the rail. And just like that, I've made it down the stairs. Now I'm going to take you around this side first of all, and then I'm going to come back round and show you what it's like up there. Obviously all of the lighting in here, it's very atmospheric, isn't it? So I'm going to take you in here. Not too sure what to expect from this little bit. Obviously you've got some more cannons just down here. Yeah, these lights, look at these. Really like the lighting in here. I mean, it doesn't pick it up that great, but it's not supposed to, is it? It's just obviously, look at this. Give it a bit of a zoom in. So that section that I just showed you there, obviously you go up the stairs from there. I'm not too sure where that goes. It's a little bit of a maze if you don't know much about ships like me. You just take it as it comes really, and yeah, look at this in here. Don't know whether to take the stairs, whether to continue up here. I'm not too sure really. I'll continue up there, why not? I'll give you a little bit of a walkthrough now until we reach the end, just up there. And straight into the room we go. More table and chairs just over there. And then got a huge table just over here. Look at this just over here. This is Nelson's sleeping cabin. It's very dark in here, but you can see it's very grand. Look at this. And right by Nelson's sleeping cabin, you've got these over here. I think you know what this is, don't you? Right, it's telling me to go downstairs now. Now what I've realised, the stairs at the other end that I actually missed out, I think obviously I've come down from over there and you've got some stairs over there. I've actually missed that out because it's the other side of the ship, as I believe. Obviously I don't know where the hell I'm going, to be honest with you. I'm just taking you in here, so it's all new to me. So there we go, let's go down the stairs anyway and see what's down here and take you down here. Yeah, I love a bit of history myself, but I'm more World War II, the Egyptians, stuff like that. I love a bit of ancient Egypt. This type of era I don't know pretty much anything about, to be honest, so it's all new to me. As I was saying, anything to do with World War II and stuff like that, I know a lot about that, but these type of subjects, obviously back in the day, a lot earlier than World War II, and I don't know much, so you would know more than me. Now I'm going to show you in this interesting section over here. Obviously this is where they would prepared food back in the day. Look at this. And just behind it, look what we've got over here. Yeah, it's crazy to think the amount of people that would have been in there back in the day. This is the place where they would prepare food, and it's not exactly the same as kitchens these days, is it? That's for sure. And then obviously when the food was prepared, you would obviously sit around these type of tables around here and have them, obviously right next to the cannon as well. Can you imagine if any of the fighting was going on? Obviously you'd have to leave your food around there and get on the cannon. And just like that, we've hit a dead end again. Now obviously, as I was saying, lots of these areas are roped out, because you can see just over there's actual leaks over there, and that's why a lot of this restoration work is going on. As you saw the sign earlier, you can see it's dripping just over there. I'll give you a bit of a zoom in. And on that note, don't be a drip and drop me a subscribe. I can't help myself, can I? Back down we go. Hopefully my subscribers will be going up though. Now we've just come downstairs again, and just over here, this is where all of the normal workers, the non-special workers, shall we say, working class, would sleep just over there. I'll give you a bit of a zoom in, because it's completely different to the other sleeping accommodation that I've showed you previously, isn't it? What would you call it back in the day? I mean, working class? Is that what you'd call it? Obviously that's Titanic, isn't it? Working class, obviously the workers. Yeah, you can see obviously when this boat was going around, you can imagine these sleeping quarters here rocking around, obviously choppy waters going around. You could see, would you be able to get a sleep with your sleeping, just seeing how close they were as well. Obviously they're very close, aren't they? So if you think, if they're going to be swinging around, rocking around like that, obviously you're going to be whacking into other people as well. You don't really think about that, do you? They wouldn't have had one of these modern fire extinguishers though, would they? I'll tell you what, you've got to really watch out on some of these lower beams here. I've whacked my head a couple of times, even though you know when they're coming. Some of them you actually don't, because some of them are higher and some of them are lower, so you've got to keep doing this and crouching down. So you can see up here, very close to my head. Just come down another level, and there's lots of these around here too. Obviously you can just look in there. And if you come over here, this says the surgeon's cockpit just over here. I don't know if you can see inside, it is very, there's a lot of bars obviously that you'd expect, because don't want people walking in there damaging any of it, because you wouldn't want that, would you? Oh, there we go. Lots of them around here too. I'll show you a bit more. I'll show you inside of it. Are really low around here, just give you a little perspective. Obviously if I come forward there, got these low beams again, so you have to crouch down. As I was saying, if you've got anything wrong with neck, I'm having a few neck issues myself lately. I've actually done my neck in at the gym. For the last 2 or 3 days I'm struggling on my neck, but there we go. So if you are older or you've got a disability or anything like that, bear in mind that there's lots of low beams around here. Or even if you're tall, I mean, I'm not the tallest of persons, but I'm hitting my head. So if you're 6'2", 6'3", you're going to have a lot of trouble in there, and there's a lot of dark spaces, so sometimes you're going to miss that and whack your head. Just a little bit of information for you. Look at this though, absolutely stunning. You wouldn't think, looking at it, you wouldn't actually think it was that big, would you? But there you go. You can actually walk into some of the rooms. Obviously some of them are closed off for more of the valuable type of stuff, where they don't want people and kids walking in there and trashing it, do they? So there we go. But there are certain areas that is very dark, and obviously the lighting, I'll just whack my head again. God, don't learn my lesson. But then I'd have to crouch down the whole time. You don't really want to crouch down all the time. I'm crouching down even now. Obviously back in the day, could you imagine having this all of the time? I'm not even standing up to my full height at the moment. Oh my god, I've just bashed my head again. I've probably bashed my head in here about 100 times, to be honest. Hopefully it's knocked some sense into me, eh? Oh, my head's hurting. Yeah, it's a killer, constantly bashing your head. I've said it about 10 times. That's because I keep repeatedly bashing my head. Now, do I want to put myself out of the misery now? If I do, you've got the arsenal just round there. There we go. I think I need to use one of these right now. Anyway, moving on. It's very dark in here. Like I said, I'm going to get as much footage as I possibly can. Every now and again you get these lights around here, but there are lots of dark sections, so unfortunately you're not going to see everything. You need to come to the Victory to see that, but I don't even know where I'm going, to be honest. Not a clue. There's no more arrows around here, so I'm just gonna keep walking really. And you've got lots of tools around here. Obviously, if things needed to be fixed and things like that, you've got all of these around here that they would have used back in the day. Beam, low beam, low beam. Another shot of some of these sleeping quarters. Give you a better view. There you go. It's a better cinematic view. Now I've just come down another set of stairs just round here, and the arrows round here, and look at this. You can really appreciate all of what went into this ship. It's very dark in here, as some other sections as well, but you can really appreciate it from down here even more so. Now just over here I think there's a little gift shop. I haven't actually been in here yet, so it's nicely lit in here, so I'll just show you what's in here right now. And you've got a Victory coat round here, small size coat. I'm not too sure on the price. Are they actually priced up here? I'm not too sure. Obviously the cap's up there, and that one is £16 on the cap. What else have we got just over here? Got some toys around here. Yeah, lots of toys around here for the kids, and I'll show you the size of the shop. Obviously it stretches all the way back there, but just going to show you what other merch they got. You've got the HMS Victory cups just around there. You've got lots of pencils. There's so much in here. Obviously, if you want to take a souvenir to someone that's a fan of the Victory, or even the Portsmouth dockyard. Now, there's a t-shirt around there as well. Got lots of books as well. See how much these books are just over here. It says £16.99 on the book. And then you've got this nice little teddy here as well. £25 if you like him. If you're a fan of penny machines, they've got one here too. And then there's also lots of alcoholic drinks around here. You've got rum around here. It's the price list for what's on offer here. There you go, lots of drink there. And when you do come out the exit just over there, you can see this side of the ship, which you can't see when visiting on the other side, and I'm going to show you that when I get up those stairs in a minute. Now I always show you the drink section on this channel, because if you've watched it all the way through, I don't want you to go up to that gun section up there. It wouldn't be good for you, would it? So get yourself a stiff drink, lots there to choose from. Tell you what, I am getting my steps in today. Now when you do leave the Victory just over here, you've got a nice little cafe over there if you want a nice bite to eat. I'm absolutely starving, I haven't eaten today, so I might check it out in a minute. I'm going to go in there now and show you what it's like in there anyway, and show you what's available, and then I'll finish this vlog at the other side of this ship. Now when you do come in here, it's actually a gift shop as well. There's lots of gifts you can get for different people if you didn't see anything in the actual Victory that I showed you. And you've also got the cafe over here too. Lots of tables in there. Got the normal drinks over here. You've got sandwiches, you've got wraps, and you've even got sausage rolls and pasties over here too. And obviously you've got the usual coffee up there, hot drinks. Yeah, so not too bad at all. And that was my Victory vlog. Now, obviously there's a lot of low beams in there, isn't there? I kept whacking my head in there, so just be warned, when you do go in there, you're going to whack your head a few times. Even if you're very careful, crouching down, you are still going to get hit quite a few times. You'll probably end up with a headache or something like that, so make sure you be extra careful. Luckily I haven't got any lumps or bruises or anything like that. I didn't really get whacked, just little knocks really, but you can get some not very nice situations in there, so watch out. Back to the Victory itself though, without those low beams. Now, I really enjoyed myself in there. Obviously you've got the restoration work going on in there, as you've well seen, but obviously that needs to be done because there's lots of leaks and things going on in there, and you don't want that, do you? Obviously it needs to be restored to its former glory, so there we go. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, don't be a loose cannon, and I'll see you in the next one.